Welcome back to LimQ Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until Tears of the Kingdom comes out, which is today in 78 days. I want to talk a little bit about yesterday's results. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, there's not going to be leaks on this channel. But I asked yesterday how to treat leaks, and I got a bunch of different answers. Some people were appreciative of the fact that I am not going to be talking about leaks on the channel. Not only for them not wanting to be spoiled, but I think another thing that people forget sometimes is that you don't really want to put yourself out there in the crosshair of the Nintendo ninjas. They can be quite ruthless when it comes to stuff like that, so that's obviously another reason I'm deciding not to do so. And then a couple other people were a little bit disappointed because obviously they like my speculative crackpot theories sometimes and wanted to hear what I have to say about the leaks because I have seen them, and said that they think they don't really spoil a lot because you get the collector's edition art book with the game. I think that's a very weird comment because I mean, maybe those people haven't actually looked at the art book, or maybe they just went over the pages without actually thinking what these images could mean. I think, especially with some specific pages in the art book, if you use your theory brain a little bit, it actually tells a lot about the events that are going to be in the game that people don't know about yet. So yeah, I definitely disagree with that point. I can understand though if you wanted me to talk about things from the art book. I'm sorry, again, I decide not to do so. And after reading through the comments, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to talk about theories that had nothing to do with the content of the art book. And if I'm touching on a theory that may or may have been appeared in the art book, I at least won't use that information to kind of formulate my thoughts. Today I want to talk about something completely different though, after just touching on that again, because obviously that's kind of the hot topic right now. First of all, well actually let me start by explaining what I'm talking about today, which is if developers of Breath of the Wild and Nintendo know about the glitches in this game. This is a question that constantly comes up on my stream. And this is a good time to do one of these glitches. Wait, I'm actually confused. I feel like I was gonna say, I remember showing off this Korok seed before on LimQ Plus like 80 or like 100 days ago. I was gonna show you how to do this Korok seed. I'm gonna do it again because I'm already here. You can see it on the roof of that boathouse. You can use one of the game's glitches called the BLSS to essentially smuggle this rock over. This is a very annoying Korok seed to get. People tend to do this with Octorok balloons or with stasis. But using a BLSS, you can actually smuggle a rock over there into that circle, and it'll count to completing the circle. It's pretty funny, especially because of how much people hated this Korok. But I guess I've shown this off a couple days ago. The series has been going on for over 100 days at this point. Now, people always ask me, do you think Nintendo developers, Breath of the Wild developers, know about all of the glitches like the slide you just saw, and even some of the newer glitches, the inventory slot transfer, essentially item duplication, because they're curious if the glitches will be patched out in Tears of the Kingdom. And I think they will. Another detail that I quickly want to point out, because we talked about this a lot, is you can actually see that Zonai spiral in Lurline Village a lot, which is very interesting. I don't know if there's any in-game dialogue that talks about this, but this spiral is otherwise only seen on Zonai architecture, so I don't know how Lurline really ties into it. Some people might know better than me. But I'm very sure that they do. So one video that I always wanted to... Okay, I guess I went through that gap. I was like, did I clip in? One video that I always wanted to see is a... Breath of the Wild developers react to a speedrun. IGN made this series in the past, where I think they're still making it now, where they essentially have developers of video games react to speedruns of their games. It was always my biggest wish to see the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild team react to a Breath of the Wild speedrun. I think it would have been very cool to see which things they were aware of, which things they were not aware of. I think that video series in general by IGN is very fun. Unfortunately, that video has never happened, and it will likely never happen. Knowing Nintendo, they are a little bit conservative when it comes to speedrunning. They don't really like seeing their game broken. and don't really comment on it. And that's very sad because I think it would make for some very unique, amazing content. Also, a little trick for this Korok seed. You can shoot a bomb arrow against this tree and only the apple will fall off, making it very easy to get that particular Korok seed. Another one that many people don't know, there's essentially an apple in the middle of some palm fruit and it falls off first. It's kind of funny. Now, that's a video I always wanted to see. It never happened. Maybe one day it will, but knowing Nintendo, unless they change their stance on speedrunning, it probably will not. However, I am absolutely sure of the fact that Nintendo is very well aware of pretty much all of the speedrunning glitches in Breath of the Wild. One thing that in particular stands out, in my opinion, is from the recent Tears of the Kingdom trailer, the flying machine, kind of like like a floating raft. A lot of people have pointed out that this specific technology seems very much inspired by one of Breath of the Wild's most infamous glitches, the flying machine, where you essentially stack 2 minecarts on top of each other. Also something I've shown off in this video series a long time ago. And I'm pretty sure they may have actually been inspired by this. And if that was a little bit of a nod to players exploring the game, I think that would be lovely. I always said on my stream it would be cool if there was just this one line in the sequel where maybe like an NPC would be like, I've seen old travelers, you know, fly around using 2 bombs. Very, very dangerous ordeal. I don't know, just like a little, like one text line of an NPC I think would go a long way to make a lot of people very happy. I doubt it's actually going to be happening, knowing how Nintendo feels about speedruns, at least how we think they feel about them, because they don't really acknowledge them. But that's fine. However, I think absolutely they do. They do know about literally everything. If you make this game and then you go on to make a sequel for like years of your life, this is like if you are on the team for if you were on the team for Breath of the Wild and you're still on the team now for Tears of the Kingdom, you have, like, the last 10 years of your life have been dedicated towards this world. There is no way that in your free time you're not potentially looking up things on YouTube and eventually getting a speedrun recommended to you, or some of those viral YouTube videos. There is just no way. There's no way that you just don't care. And if you just care a little bit, I'm assuming a lot of you have found speedrunning or speedrunning tricks by accident. Playing the game casually, falling in love with the game, and eventually getting a speedrunning video recommended to you, and then finding out about all of these glitches and all of the things that people do. And there's absolutely no way that not a single Nintendo employee, developer has done that in the past and has seen all of the glitches we do, from wind bombs to bomb slides, etc. I actually need to think about real quick where the 100% route goes from this point. We wrap up Lurline, then we get this specific Korok seed. And then I think it's onwards. It's like onwards towards Mount Satori, but where does the route come from at this point? Oh god. I'm breaking my brain. How do you get to Mount Satori from the Hando route again? Oh, you come from here, which means you come from Zalta-Wa. And you get there from the Richlands. Right? God, okay, I'm losing it right now. I used to be actually good at this route because I used to do 100% speedruns all the time. But it is actually, I am blanking out right now. I might have to literally look up the route. This is the first time that I've had to do this. But it is a very convoluted route, obviously. Ah, damn, I'm mad now. Wait, let me quickly check the good old Bings F. He has been on these videos before. The 100% world record holder at the moment. 100% speedrun, no, part 2, part 3. I think we are at part 3 at this point. Yeah, we definitely are. Kaya. Yarin Hila Rao, that's right. But how do we go there again? Do we just warp to Dueling Peaks Tower at this point? If that's the case, I wouldn't have actually remembered. Sorry for the brief intermission. This is unfortunately part of doing this in one takes. Okay, we do. Okay. So we actually warp here. I wasn't completely sure about it. Right. The last thing that I basically wanted to talk about is what will they be patching out? And I honestly touched on a lot of things before. It seems like the bomb rune is gone, and the Sheikah Slate, in fact, from Tears of the Kingdom. We haven't seen Link with the Sheikah Slate. We have seen Zelda with the Sheikah Slate in promotional materials. And he seems to have different abilities now using his arm. Stasis kind of seems to like reverse time, as an example. So I'm assuming the bomb room, which is already part of a lot of glitches, is just not gonna be in the game, which automatically fixes a lot of the broken movement tech in the game. And then additionally, and I talked about this just the other day in my video, I have a strong feeling that given the air combat... Oh my god. This is, in terms of gameplay, an absolute disaster of an episode, but please excuse me. My brain is all over the place. Gonna have to go do my stream in a bit. I had to look up the route. I'm excusing myself for this particular performance. Forgot about the health thing again. But, of course, the good old autosave system sends me back to Lurline as well. How about we eat something now, so we don't have to worry about this next time. Bullet time might be gone. That's something I discussed just 2 days ago on the channel, which is basically the other half of all of the broken glitches. Without bombs and without bullet time, we can not really... Well, we could technically do the slide, the BLSS, with other objects, but it wouldn't be as useful. The main reason that it's so useful is obviously that we can do it wherever we want using bombs, right? We can place down bombs wherever we want. So bombs are gone, that glitch is a lot worse. Wind bombs is a lot worse, because now we... well, not even a lot worse. It's basically impossible, right? We don't have bombs how we know it, and no bullet time, which is basically always needed to set them up. We wouldn't be able to do the bullet time bounce, which is an original, more original glitch, where you jump on enemies with your shield and bullet time to fly very far away. And with all of that gun, there's already not much left. So it almost seems like they're perfect. I mean, I don't know if they removed these features purposefully to be like, let's remove the glitches. They were probably going to do that anyway, and it just happened to also remove a bunch of the glitches at the same time. But that's the sort of thing that I would love to know about, right? That's why I would love to see a video from Nintendo where they literally talk about the speedrun, to know about their decision-making behind closed doors. I still really think that could be extremely interesting. Right. Oh boy, I'm really sorry for this episode's gameplay. At the end of the day, it's not always easy to play while also talking and figuring out this entire 100% route, but I'm just making excuses. I hope I will play better tomorrow. I'm gonna get this last Korok seat here, which is the entire reason I went over to this horse. It's actually one of those unique Korok seats that I probably haven't gotten yet. No. Where you have to jump over 3 specific fences. I do remember vividly being in this area of the game before in a previous episode on this channel, where I ranked all different Korok obtaining methods. But I definitely haven't gotten all of them here yet. And I do need to pay a little bit more attention in this area, because there is a bunch of Korok seeds randomly scattered around. But this is gonna be the final jump, and I should be rewarded with a Korok seed from it. And then I'm pretty sure... Okay, let's see if I can do this at least. Beautiful. The horse wind bomb, at least I got that first try. Little bit of a redeeming moment, and it looks like this is one of the Korok seeds I've already obtained. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the episode here. I just kind of wanted to talk about how I think, or if I think, Nintendo is aware of all of the speedrun tech. I get asked that question on stream quite a bit. Which, if you see this video, I will be live on Twitch, hopefully with better gameplay, because otherwise I won't be getting a speedrun going today. I'm actually getting to the point where my time in the all quests speedrun category is getting a little bit better, so, well, I guess I use this session as a warm-up. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you understand my stance towards the leaks again that I explained in the beginning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow when Tears of the Kingdom is 77 days away. Peace.